mega city conference for Africa, we are also putting forward this challenge that we've developed as a city to say that in the next 5 to 10 years, Tshwane will be the most sustainable city in Africa. We are not saying it out of arrogance, but we are challenging all other African cities, especially African capital cities. The Tshwane 2055 mainly is a long-term vision document that the city has worked on, and I think a number of consultations have happened so far, and it's about to be concluded. And it's mainly a game-changing intervention, and the mayor mentioned that, and gearing us towards really a capital city of particular significance in South Africa. We have outlined a vision for 2055, and what we are saying is that in 100 years after the Freedom Charter, the capital city of South Africa will be livable, it will be resilient and inclusive, and the citizens will enjoy high quality of life. It will have access to social, economic and enhanced political freedom, where citizens are partners in implementation. Now, zooming on to the first outcome of 2055, being a resource efficient city, we looked at the policy and legislation landscape nationally around the green economy transition. And those that have been engaging in national processes, you would be aware that we have declared that South Africa as a whole is transitioning towards a green economy. And that's reflected in the new growth path, which is the macroeconomic policy framework of the country that was released by the Department of Economic Development, where the different ministries signed a green economy accord around energy, infrastructure, transport, and so forth, different elements of where is it that we are going. We've also, the Planning Commission has also just released in 2011, following the Green Paper process, they released the Vision 2030, which is a long-term perspective of where the country is going. And in a number of those drivers, a green economic transition is one key driver. And all these are also enveloped by a national strategy for sustainable development that really defines what South Africa as a whole is supposed to look like in terms of sustainable development and what that actually means for a country. So we are guided by these in terms of our strategic policies, but we also have a range of enablers or supporters that are supporting frameworks that are really pushing the three elements of a green economy transition, which is mainly low carbon growth. South Africa is still very much reliant on fossil fuels, and we really need to diversify and reduce our carbon emissions, moving towards resource efficiency and resilience, as well as now we still have a huge challenge with job creation and industry creation, local production and so forth. So what we have in the sustainability component of 2055 is mainly a city's response to a myriad of national policy perspectives that are in more ways than one informed by international requirements and so forth. And we do know that South Africa has a very rich natural resource base, which means the city of Tshwane has got also quite a large proportion of the resource base, as having such a large land mass, so to say. So we can very much explore our resource base. And remember, the sun, we also regard the sun as a resource base, and how can we really utilize all the solar energy that's coming free of charge through to us to really leverage economic growth. So, and we know that our economic activities are underpinned by these resources. Efficient use can fund a low carbon